Is my mic on? Yeah, my mic's on. Okay. Today, why am I doing? We are gonna play. Well, I'm gonna play some souldate. Please don't judge my horrible voice acting. So I might just end up using my own voice because I'm gonna get mixed up with all the freaking characters. I say all of them, but really it's mainly just myself, Pure Vanilla, and Shadow Milk. But still, I'll get mixed up, so I might just end up using my own voice. But today, I am going to be playing souldate, which I'm actually really excited to do. I definitely haven't played this before. Definitely. Okay, let's go. Starting. Warning, this game is extended for people intended for people 16 years old. I don't care. Anyways, before we start, there's some details on how the deck on. I can't speak. Before we start, there's some details on how the text will be displayed. When you see this format, your character will be talking to someone. The narrative and perspectives will be shown like this. Your thoughts will appear between. I don't know what that says. And whispers are also a part of this game. And without further ado, hope you enjoy it. Before all was created, there was neither sky nor land, just a warm emptiness, like a breath that can't decide whether to exist or not. Within that void, something started to form, as if invisible hands were knitting life with patience, layer by layer, in a sweet, delicate ritual. The warmth began to grow, enveloping everything like a shield, but as soon as it disappeared, a soft breeze remained. Wait a minute. Shoot. Freak. Shitless, I did everything to that because I need to get rid of the. Let's get rid of the. I need to get rid of the voice volume. Text speed. Forward speed. There we go. Okay, start again. I'm just gonna skip a bit. Shoot. Okay. Cat. There we go. Cat. Yes. It suits you based on your. Sadly, it does not give you an option for them, so I'm gonna go feminine. Who are you? Yes, I'm playing this game without playing Cookie Run Kingdom, but I absolutely love Cookie Run Kingdom. This is where your story starts, Cat. I'm in a forest. Day 1. The sensation of the damp ground and the touch of grass woke me up in the middle of an extensive forest. Around me, branches creaked and the soft leaves danced through the breeze that rustled between trees so tall that they seemed to swallow the sun. The air had an unusual scent, wood mixed with something weirdly sweet, like burnt sugar. But this wasn't the setting of a fairy tale, it felt savage. I struggled to get up, my edges felt fragile, almost crumbling, as if my dough was baked and brought to life just a few moments ago. I looked around me, trying to desperately find a pathway, a signal, anything that could guide me out of this labyrinth that seemed to be endless. I don't remember how I ended up here. My memory is a blank canvas. The only thing that I was certain of was that I was completely alone. Hesitantly, I started walking, trying to find my way, but every tree looked similar to the other ones, and one silence of the forest was starting to make me restless. Was that a growl? Revealing its fangs, a creature came out of the bushes. It looked like it was made of cake. It had the appearance of a hound, but his eyes gleamed with hunger. Get away from me! I tried to run away carelessly until the grass tree trunk stopped me. A sharp pain in my hand startled me when it brushed against the branch. Seized by panic, I tightly closed my eyes, waiting for it to devour me. But suddenly, a voice broke the silence. Hey, leave that cookie alone! A figure rushed in at a shocking speed. I heard a piercing blow, the sound of something slamming, and crumbs poured down like the rain. Are you alright? Looks like I made it just in time. Aw, Gingerbread's design looks so nice. Who's that? He's a cookie, like me. Why am I like this? I should thank him since he saved my life. Just a reminder, I think this is like a demo. So like, Gingerbread will only show up, like his parts of time is only very short. So like, yeah. I wouldn't say it's that short, but his time on screen is short until we meet Pure Vanilla. Yay! I'm definitely not gonna do the Pure Vanilla route. I might do Shadow Milk Cookie route. Maybe. I'll think about it while I'm doing the Pure Vanilla Cookie route, and then I'll do Shadow Milk if I decide I want to. Okay. Nice. I should thank him since he saved my life. It's not a good idea to walk alone in this forest. Cake hands don't have the best manners with strangers. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm Gingerbrave. Nice to meet you. Gingerbrave? Is that really his name? Sounds brave, I guess. No. Cat. AKA me. Cat. Why are you like this? Why? Anyways. Hello? You haven't answered me yet. Are you alright? You're not hurt, aren't you? Sorry, I'm still very surprised. I was scared, that's all. Thanks, Gingerbrave. If you hadn't shown up, Don't thank me. You always gotta help those who need it. But tell me, what are you doing out here in the middle of the forest? It's far too dangerous to be walking around these lands, as you've already seen. Truth is, I'm lost. I don't even know how I got here. Simply, I woke up along the leaves a while ago. What? You woke up right here? His design is just... Why is his design so good? Okay, respect to this person who made this, because, like, I can't wait to see Pure Vanilla's design. Definitely not that I already know, because I watched YouTubers play this. Definitely not. Definitely. Also, just a quick shout out to one of my favorite YouTubers, Jellybean, for introducing me to Cookie Run Kingdom, because I just wanted to thank them a lot, because, well, I wouldn't have wanted to like start playing Cookie Run Kingdom if it wasn't for them. Obviously I haven't, but I really want to. It's just for some reason I cannot find it in my Play Store, so I haven't yet. So, but yeah, like just a tiny shout out to Jellybean for inspiring me to want to play Cookie Run Kingdom, and definitely not gamble my life savings away on trying to get Pure Vanilla. I think I'm gonna have the same problem with him. God, words are just slipping out my mouth. I'm not good at this. with them. But instead of it being shadow milk cookie is the problem, it's pure vanilla, because I'm probably not going to get pure vanilla if I even get Cookie Run Kingdom, because, like, yeah. So, like, I'm going to have to, like, no. But anyways, back to this, because I spent too long talking about Jellybean and how they encouraged me to want to play Cookie Run Kingdom. Anyways, back to this. What? You woke up right here? That's unbelievable. It's almost impossible that this cake can didn't find you earlier. This forest shows no mercy. It's the truth, I swear. I can't recall anything before opening my eyes under those trees. I have so many questions, it's killing me. He might be my only hope, since it seems like he knows this way around Since it seems like he knows his way around this world. Gingerbread, thanks again for saving me. Oh, don't worry about that. I do it all the time. That's what makes a hero. But I'm glad I found you before you got hurt. Thank you. My name is Cat. Nice to meet you, Cat. By the way, I can't just leave you like this. Don't get me wrong, but you don't seem to have much skill in fighting monsters. You're right. No, you're right. Yeah, I almost freaking died. It won't even last a second. Honestly, this place is still a mystery to me. Could you please help me? I'd like to stay. Trust you for a while. Well, at least till I understand everything that's going on. I have so many questions, and it seems like you're the right cookie to answer them. I'm having a hard time understanding how this world works. I don't even know how I got here, if you know what I mean. I get you. It's a lot of information to process, right? I'll try my best to explain. Many wars have been fought here. There was a cookie, someone with an evil heart, who tried to cover everything in eternal darkness. But don't let her scare you. She was defeated. Though it's true that she left chaos, and the beasts, well, they aren't here anymore. They are imprisoned far away from other kingdoms. Lots of kingdoms suffered because of her, but most of them are slowly recovering. I came from the Vanilla Kingdom. It's the safest place for cookies looking for a home, although we're still working on rebuilding some areas. Vanilla? That's the name of the kingdom? It sounds delicious, I know, but apart from that, it's a wonderful place full of smiles and kind cookies. Could you take me there? I don't feel safe in this forest, and to be honest, I have nowhere to go. Of course. I'm glad you want to come. It'll be a great adventure. This way, follow me and don't get lost. I nodded. Feeling relieved, I began to follow Gingerbread's steps. In my current state, I can't afford to stay behind. After a while, I managed to spot a hidden path among the bushes. Gingerbread moved with confidence as if he traveled through these lands thousands of times before. He probably has. You are so stupid. As we moved forward, the landscape began to change. The forest became less dense. The trees gave way to small bushes as the air began to feel lighter. Finally, after what seemed like eternity, a sweet, comforting scent of pure vanilla started to fill the air. Ah, yes, vanilla. Oh, look at the statues. I like the statues, they're adorable. Definitely not saying that, because, like, I might possibly be, like, I might possibly, like, be obsessed with pure vanilla. Definitely not. Definitely not. Like, I got a question for y'all. Is it weird that I'm lesbian, but all my favorite characters are male? Is that weird? This smells incredibly sweet. I never imagined such a place existed. The air itself feels light, warm, as if every gust of wind were an embrace. However, upon closer inspection, I noticed Peace wasn't coming without a prize. After a few sections of the white stone structure shone brighter than others, a sign of recent reconstruction, the new wall stood beside worn ancient reliefs, and a few fine cracks still ran around the walls like scars from a battle that time was trying to erase. Don't worry about the cracks on the walls. You'll be safe here, I promise you. I have a special friend who I'd like to introduce to you. Let me guess, is it pure vanilla? He can heal your wounds before they get worse. Heal my injuries? But I don't. I stared down at my hands, and for the first time I noticed scratches on my palms. It might have happened when I ran into that tree trunk in the forest earlier, blinded by panic. A healer is the one who rules over this massive place. He's much more than a simple healer, Cat. Trust me. You're in good hands. As we moved forward, I saw small sugar gnomes working hard. Other alleyways, however, remained in a deathly silence, as if they were waiting for their former residents to return. We finally stopped before a large wooden door. Gingerbrave knocked softly, and the door slowly opened with a creak that echoed through the great hall, leading me into one of the castle's corridors. Within, you're not sneaky, Shadowmilk. Shadowmilk, you are not slick with that. I can see it, Shadowmilk. You are not slick with that. I can see it, Shadowmilk. Within the hall, the scent of vanilla grew stronger, mingled with a golden glow that seemed to be emitted from the walls. And there... Oh my god, he's so... He's adorable. I love him. He's like, his design is so freaking amazing. Sometimes the way the fandom draws sometimes the way the fandom of Cookie Run Kingdom draws the cookies, I forget they're freaking cookies. There was a figure radiating a light as warm as the sun. He held a staff with a blue gem, and his expression was the very definition of compassion. Welcome. You've been through a lot to get in here, haven't you? Yeah, I can't remember anything about how I ended up in the woods. I just woke up there and my mind still feels foggy. But you did, so there's no point in worrying about it. Thanks for guiding her, Gingerbrave. Yes, forgive me. I got a little carried away. This vanilla kingdom is built to be a sanctuary, a place where lost cookies can find peace and purpose again. You have successfully completed your mission. Now please, let me take care of her. Gingerbrave, you can go rest now. I know you have traveled for days without a break, and I am deeply grateful for your loyalty. Oh, it's no big deal. You know I love helping my friends and protecting others who are in need. I'll continue exploring and do my best to help with the repairs. I trust Cat will be in good hands with you. Gingerbrave waved with his usual energy, leaving me alone with that imposing figure. The blonde man made an elegant gesture for me to follow him. Is it bad that I love this design so much? Like, who can blame me? The design is just... How long have I been recording now? I've been recording for 19 minutes, and most of those 19 minutes are me stopping to talk. Yeah. Anyways, okay. As we walked, the castle seemed to watch me. I felt like the walls themselves were breathing. Yep, it's Shadow Milk Cookie. What a nice place. Everything here seems like something out of a dream. I feel such a deep sense of peace that it almost seems unreal after all that chaos. Why would he bring me to such a private place? Who is he really? Before we continue talking about what happened to you in the forest, allow me to properly introduce myself. My name is Pure Vanilla, and I am the leader and the current silver region of the Vanilla Kingdom, the place that now shelters you. It's an honor. My name is Kat. The honor is mine, and receiving gifts is always a gift. However, I am concerned about your current state. You're under a lot of stress, and your body reflects that exhaustion. I can tell you're hurt. You were injured during the escape, and you barely noticed because of the adrenaline. Would you allow me to hold your hand for a moment? Yeah, of course. His voice is so delicate and calm. It's not an order, but his presence is so magnetic that it's impossible to refuse. Cat, just admit that you're really falling for him, even though you just freaking met. When his fingers brushed against mine, I felt a warmth unlike anything I've felt before. It wasn't just heat. It was as if my own dough felt It wasn't just heat. It was as if my own dough felt stronger from just touching him. That sounded weird, only probably because of my hypersexual brain. Yes. Oh, there. You have nothing to worry about anymore. The injury was minor, but in this world, even an ignored scratch can bring complications I prefer to avoid. I'd like to treat wounds while they are still small. The safety of those who come to my kingdom seeking refuge is something I take extremely seriously. And in fact, while I was healing you, I made a decision regarding your stay here. Of course, as long as it doesn't make you uncomfortable. A decision? What exactly do you mean, Pure Vanilla? That you're staying in the kingdom, of course. Under my protection. No one should wander the lands without a place to call home, let alone someone who has just been born into the world in such a vulnerable state as yours. Wait, really? This is an incredible, generous offer, and you barely know me. You don't have to thank me, Kat. You mentioned that you don't recall how you ended up in the forest, and that's unsettling to say the least. Since the war ended, many have appeared like this with their soul shattered, desperately seeking a new beginning, but amongst the ruins. This kingdom exists precisely for that, to be the place where cookies are rebuilt, crumb by crumb, little by little. I'll give the sugar gnomes their orders so they can start building a new home for you. However, perfection takes time. It'll be in a few days before it's ready. I hope you can be patient. In the meantime, I'd like you to stay here, in this room at the castle. Here in the castle, isn't that a bit... I wouldn't want to be a burden or cause any inconvenience to your plans. You're not a burden. It's the other way around. Sorry, there's something in my eyes. It would be irresponsible of me to leave you anywhere else, knowing that your memory has not yet returned. I want you to feel safe and to find the comfort you so desperately need, Kat. You're so good at this whole entire comforting thing, as my OC says from Talkie. Yes. I'll let you know when your new home is finished. His words left me speechless. Can't just admit that you're falling for him already. His kindness was so overwhelming that for a moment I didn't know how to react. Everything was happening too fast, but I couldn't deny the immense relief I felt at not having to return to that dark forest. With no memories to hold on to, this place felt like my only anchor in the world. And him, Piovanella, radiated confidence that made me want to believe every one of his promises. Thank you, really, Piovanella. I don't know how I can repay you for such kindness. I still feel a little nervous about not remembering anything, but here makes me feel like I can finally let out the breath I've been holding. You don't have to worry about the future, Cat. As long as you're under this roof, I'll do everything in my power to make sure you're okay. But before I let you rest, are you absolutely sure you don't remember much? Any pictures, names, anything other than the woods? No, I'm sorry. I just woke up in the forest out of nowhere. For the briefest moment, his expression changed. It was almost unnoticeable, a shadow of doubt or recognition that crossed his eyes, but it was definitely there. Is something wrong? Oh, it's just that a long time ago I met someone who had the peculiar habit of sneaking where I shouldn't. I think I know who you're talking about. I think I know. I do know. I didn't consider him an enemy, at least not at first. The beasts were recently banished to their own continent, I don't know. And since then, the world has remained calm. Still, peace doesn't mean danger has vanished. Sometimes it changes form. It's not my intention to alarm you or anything like that. I just prefer to be cautious. Please, accept this from me, Cat. The subject possesses a blessing of protection laced with my own magic. It's not an absolute shield, but it should keep you safe from strange and dark outside influences that try to cloud your judgment. Aw, I look so cute! Consider it a sign that you're now part of this kingdom. It's beautiful, thank you. I'll always carry it with me, I promise. I could swear I heard something else, but his voice was so soft that I'm not sure. That's enough for now. You can go rest. The castle is still under reconstruction and there are areas that are still unsafe to walk through without a guide, especially at night when the gnomes work tirelessly. When conditions improve, I'll show you every corner of the kingdom myself. And if anything comes back to you, no matter how small it may seem, I'd like you to tell me right away, okay? I will, Piovanella. I promise. I don't know why, but I have the strange sensation that there are 1,000 eyes watching me from the shadows of this home. This has all been pure chaos. A sweet kingdom, a forgotten war, and now I have the king's protection. I should process all this before my mind explodes. I want to investigate. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing very well. So please, just let me do my own thing, because I know what I'm doing. Maybe Piovanella can explain more before sleep overcomes me. He couldn't have gone far. A king always has unfinished business, right? The hallway was almost deserted, but that wasn't enough to dispel the shadows that stretched out into the corners. I moved forward in the direction I thought I saw him walk, but the corridors began to branch off way more than my memory suggested. Was it this way, or did I take the wrong path? Everything looked so different under this light. I turned on one corner, then another, but little by little the architecture started to change. The walls no longer shone with their flawless icing. They looked forsaken, almost dry. There were sections of the castle where the sugar was cracked, with doorways sealed by old wooden boards and the structure unstable. Great, I think I've gotten lost in the worst possible way. I tried to retrace my steps, but the path seemed to stretch and twist, becoming identical, as if the castle were a living organism that didn't want to let me leave. Just what I needed to get lost. I moved forward cautiously, not noticing that the floor was covered with temporarily placed wooden boards. I suppose this area is still awaiting its turn for reconstruction, though it feels more like a forgotten place than one under renovation. I took one step, then another, holding my breath so as not to disturb the silence of the place. The creaking of the wood beneath my feet resented with making my heart leap. Oh, shoot. No. The wood broke beneath my feet. Before my hands could grasp anything solid, the ground disappeared, and I felt the utter emptiness of the fall. Ouch. I sat up slowly, brushing the dust off my clothes. I expected to find myself in a cellar or the castle's foundation, but what I saw before me made no sense. It was a garden, but it felt ancient. I was trapped. A silence so thick it hurt, as if time had stopped there eons ago. I looked up, searching for the castle's roof, but instead there was only an endless night sky. This can't be inside the castle. Is it an illusion? Did I hit my head too hard? I'm in the center of the garden. There was a tree without a single leaf on its dark branches, like skeletal fingers trying to catch the starlight. It looked like an ancient entity, something that had been there for a long time, since the first stone of the kingdom was laid. And hanging from one of those twisted branches was a single piece of fruit. It's an apple, but it's blue. Cat, are you really that dumb? Anyways, an apple. It glowed with an intense blue luminescence, bathing the trunk and grass in a hypnotic glow. I approached step by step, unable to look away. I felt drawn to it, a curiosity that burned stronger than fear. The apple hung at my eye level. Its light was soft, yet it vibrated with an energy I had never seen before in a fruit. It looked perfect, too perfect to be real. A sharp crack behind me broke the spell. I turned around, my pulse racing. There was nothing. There was no one there. Then a voice slipped into my thoughts, playful and sharp. Hi, Shadow Milk. You see it, don't you? Who's there? Hello. This fruit. It's beautiful tragedy, don't you think? It looks like it's been waiting for all eternity just so you can find it. My gaze returned to the apple. For an instant, its light pulsed rhythmically as if it had a heart beating inside. It must be delicious. Sweet, juicy, so delicious. I can almost taste your curiosity from here. I swallowed hard. There was something strange about that voice. Childlike, yet ancient, yet kind, yet laced with malice that sent chills down my spine. Among the shadows of the trees, I thought I saw a flash, as if something was moving with the grace of a puppet. That apple, it really does look more delicious than anything I've ever tasted. My body is telling me to take it. You can take it. No one's watching, sweetheart. It's there for you, a little gift from fate. Or are you going to be boring, Cookie, and let this very special opportunity pass you by? I know what I'm doing, gang. Walk away, Jen. No, this isn't right. There's something about this place that doesn't fit. Something that's pushing me to do things I don't want to do. I took a step back, trying to turn my gaze away from the apple, but even that felt difficult. You're leaving right now? His voice changed just a little, as if disappointed but still playful. Don't look at it again. Just walk away. I backed away a little more, carefully feeling the floorboards creak softly under my feet. What a waste. It looked like you were going to do something interesting. I squeezed my eyes shut for a moment, trying to ignore the voice, ignore the feeling that something was watching me from every direction. I took another step back, and then I felt it. A crack beneath my foot, an unstable surface that wasn't there before. I glanced down quickly, noticing an opening in the ground, as if the garden were nothing more than a fragile layer over something else. Is this an exit? If you take another step, you won't be able to get back. I don't care, I just want to get out of here. Without thinking twice, I squeezed my eyes and the next step. The ground disappeared beneath me again, but this time the fall didn't feel like before. It was faster, more abrupt. I ran. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know if there was really a path, but my legs moved on their own, as if running away was all that mattered. Don't look back, don't listen, just keep going, keep going. The air changed suddenly. It was no longer heavy or silent, but colder, more real. I took one last step, and I bumped into something. No, someone. Oh. I opened my eyes, finding myself face to face with Pure Vanilla, who seemed just as surprised by the impact. Pure Vanilla? Here? I looked around quickly. The garden had completely disappeared. Now we were in a castle corridor, but something was different. The lighting was dim, the shadows longer, and the silence deeper. Nighttime? When did that happen? I'm sorry. Are you okay? You were running. You barely managed to stop. I can't tell him about the garden, or the voice, or the apple. I don't even know if it was real, but it felt too real to ignore. Yes, I was a little distracted. I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. Pure Vanilla watched me for a moment. Oh man, I didn't get to read that. I accidentally clicked. I see. He doesn't quite believe me. Or maybe he does, but he doesn't want to press the issue. Even so, you seem a little shaken. Tell me, have you slept well since you arrived in the kingdom? Sleep, I'm not even sure how long it's been since I arrived. And after what happened a moment ago, I don't know if I could sleep even if I wanted to. Yes, well, sort of. I'm still getting used to all this. I averted my gaze slightly, avoiding going into more detail than necessary. I don't want to talk about it, not now. Actually, there's something I wanted to ask you. Since I arrived in the kingdom, there are many things I don't fully understand, and I thought perhaps you could explain some of them to me. His expression softened, his worry fading as he focused on what I was saying. Of course, I'll do my best to help you. but I don't think this is the best place to talk about it. He glanced around the corridor as if searching for a quieter spot. Come with me. Aww. It's cute. Oh my god. White Lily's staff. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna freaking cry. It's White Lily's staff. I followed Pure Vanilla through the hallway. The silence of night made everything feel more enclosed, but we finally reached a small balcony. I find it crazy how some people see Pure Vanilla with short hair, but some people see him with long hair, and I think long hair looks so much better on Pure Vanilla. I followed Pure Vanilla through the hallway. The silence of night made everything feel more enclosed, but we finally reached a small balcony. Pure Vanilla walked to the edge, gently resting a hand on it as he looked outside the stars, barely illuminating his silhouette. For a moment, he seemed more tired than he wanted to show, laying out a sigh before turning to me with a faint smile. Now then, I can answer all your questions more calmly without interruptions or rushing. Now, what do you want to know? The war. So, the war you mentioned earlier, what really happened? Because it didn't sound like a small thing. A few months ago, the cookie known as Dark and Tantress Cookie tried to conquer Earth. Her power grew to terrifying levels so much that she no longer resembled an ordinary cookie and became something much closer to a witch. Her army advanced relentlessly, crossing entire kingdoms and leaving extractions in its wake. But in the end, we didn't fight alone. My friends and I rallied together, and many of the cookies from different kingdoms also joined in the battle. We all fought together, although I lost someone in the process. With thanks to that sacrifice, we managed to stop her. So, is that all over? Is there really no more danger? For now, yes, peace has returned to Earthbread, though it's still not as permanent as we like. The Beast Cookie. I really don't have any other options. And the beasts, who are they exactly? They didn't sound like ordinary creatures. The Beast Cookies are very ancient in titles, even older than most of the current kingdoms. Each one possesses a soul gem, an extremely powerful source of energy. In the beginning, they were guardians of that power, but over time, something changed. That power began to corrupt them, turning them into what we now know as beasts. Unstable, dangerous beings, and difficult to stop. Did cookies like that really exist? I guess I was lucky. I never saw something like that up close. Did you ever face any of them? Yes, I knew of their existence, but the only one I actually faced was someone called Shadow Milk. He is the other half of my soul gem. That other half, you mean that jewel you wear? Yes, our powers come from the same source. For a long time, our existence were connected. That's why I was the one who had to stop him. And what happened to him and the other beasts? They crumbled? No, nothing like that. They were banished to the Beasties continent. I separated the territories to keep them away, but still. Sometimes I sense him, but if he's banished, how is that possible? I didn't mean exactly that. It's more complicated to explain. Pure Vanilla, can you still sense Shadow Milk? So that means he's not truly sealed away. No, Shadow Milk is in this kingdom. Here? I can sense his presence, but I don't know exactly where he is, and that's what worries me the most. I shouldn't have told you this. Why not? Because it was a mistake that should never happen. I was the one who created the seal, the one who separated the continents to keep them apart, but I was never completely convinced it was the only solution. Oh, poor Vanilla, don't. Oh, he looks so upset and stressed. I wish I could help him. I was the one who created the seal, who separated the continents to keep them apart, but I was never completely convinced it was the only solution. I always thought that maybe if the world changed, they could too. Did you try to bring him back? Yes. Only him, because he was the one I knew best. I wanted him to see the world at peace. I thought maybe he could change, but I was wrong, and he slipped beyond my control. Nobody knows this, not even Gingerbrave. Everyone trusts me. They believe I always do the right thing. If they knew the truth, they'd probably feel betrayed. But you didn't do it with bad intentions. That doesn't change the outcome. If anything happens, I'll take responsibility. The atmosphere changed a little, but his expression was still heavy. Maybe I should say something. Dear Vanilla, I can't imagine you making a decision out of selfishness. If you chose that path, it was because your heart truly longed for a better future for everyone. Your kindness isn't a mistake. Still, perhaps I was too naive. Perhaps you were, but that naivety is just a reflection of the fact that you still believe in the light in others. And that's something the world needs, not something you should be ashamed of. There's something about you. You're a little different. Different in a good way, or should I stop worrying about my repetition with the King Vanilla? It's not a bad thing, really. It's just that most people, when they hear something like that, tend to judge without thinking. But you're just trying to comfort me. Well, someone had to remind you of your worth, didn't they? I couldn't let you carry all that weight alone. God, it's been 48 minutes. Almost an hour, and I haven't even got to, and I'm not even gonna get to the Shadow Milk one, so I might make a separate video for Shadow Milk's route. Maybe. Thank you. I guess I needed to tell someone, and I'm glad it was you. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time. They're pretty, aren't they? Fireflies. They're beautiful. But I don't think I wouldn't be enjoying them as much as if you weren't here with me. I feel as if time has stopped. My chest tightens with a strange warmth, as if the fireflies have escaped from the garden to flutter inside my stomach. I don't know how long we stood there, trapped in that shared silence, but when we finally made our way back to the hallway, the world felt a little brighter. Leaving the balcony behind, the air grows heavier. The hallway is now in deep, enveloped in silence that seems to devour any sound. I'd like to thank you for listening to me. It's been an eternity since I spoke so honestly with someone, and it turned out to be easier than I imagined. His voice sounds different, now more velvety, as if he's released a burden he's carried for years. You have nothing to thank me for, pure vanilla. I'm here because I enjoy your company, not out of obliviation. Obliviation. I don't know how to say that. I think that's precisely what makes it so precious to me. I glance at him. It's quite late, and he doesn't seem like the type of person to sacrifice his rest without a good reason. Aren't you going to get some sleep? I tried really, I did, but sleep indulged me. Every time I close my eyes, my mind returns to the day's events. And to you. I mean, your situation in the woods. It keeps on going around my head. I'm worried. I can't help but feel. I can feel my heart racing. I'm not sure if it was an honest slip of the tongue or if he was trying to correct himself. Oh, he's blushing. I'm definitely not biting my finger. It's just quite the opposite. Oh man, I forgot to go back. So it seems I'm not exactly helping you get any sleep. Quite the opposite. Talking to you gives me a peace I can't find in silence. It's just that I don't want tonight to end yet. Would you like to do something else? At this hour of the morning? We could take refuge in the library. It's the most peaceful place in the castle at this hour, and I'd love to spend a little more time with you, if you don't mind. Not at all, I would love to train you. Wonderful. Let's go then. Oh, so cute patootie. Shadow Milk. I know you're there. You're not slick. The library has a mystical aura. The few lights reflected in the glass creating islands of clarity among the shadows of the shelves, making the space feel secluded, almost private, very intimate. I often seek refuge here when worries won't let me rest. It's one of the few places where the noise in my mind finally grows quiet. Understandably, the scent of old paper and the silence helps put someone's thoughts in order. Feel free to choose any book. I don't want you to feel oblivious just to observe. Before I could choose anything, I saw him approach a shelf. He takes several books somewhat hurriedly, but I notice his fingers trembling slightly as if his mind is still caught elsewhere. Hey, be careful. So sorry, I don't know what happened to me. Normally my movements are more precise. I'm not usually so clumsy. It's clear he's not well. He's trying to maintain his facade of a serene origin, but something is disturbing him far more than he's admitting. He looks nervous, way more than usual. That steady, calm air of his has completely vanished. How? Something in his expression doesn't sit right. His movements are quick, but they're missing the usual precision. It's nothing. Don't worry. I can take care of this myself. There's really no need for you to trouble yourself over something so trivial. His voice is still gentle, but I can hear something build up tightly inside. Like he's saying, what's running through his mind right now? I wish I knew. But it's strange, just a heartbeat ago we were wrapped in perfect calm, and now that restless energy won't fade, like something's knocked him completely off balance. Am I reading into this too much, or has something genuinely changed in him? I didn't even notice when he'd finished gathering the books. By the time my brain caught up, he'd already stacked them on a nearby table and was standing right in front of me, trying his hardest to act like nothing had happened. But something definitely happened. I can feel it humming in the air. It's best not to dwell on his behaviour for now. If I keep trying to figure him out, I'll only end up lost in my own thoughts. I randomly picked up a book from a nearby table and settled in, feeling interest in its pages despite the tension to dispel the tension of the previous moment. My eyes scanned the lines mechanically, but the words drift through my mind without taking root. I only see ink on paper, nothing more. Focus, it's just one paragraph. Why does my mind keep going back to what happened a moment ago? Pure Vanilla sits down next to me. His movements are slow, almost calculated to appear casual, but the blush on his face and the stiffness in his back betray him. Oh, look at him. He remains silent, but his nearness is so tangible. I can feel the warmth radiating from him. It's a constant presence, difficult to ignore. The atmosphere in the library shifts. The rustle of pages and the soft whistling of the wind against the stained glass windows create a sense of shared refuge. I make a superhuman effort to keep my eyes on the book, but it's a losing battle. My attention treacherously jumps to him every few seconds. One more page, just read one more and stop getting distracted. It shouldn't be this hard to ignore his vanilla scent. Oh my god, you just met him. You just met him. You can't be falling for him already. I can feel his occasional gaze on me. It's a look as if he has the words on the tip of his tongue but is afraid to break the fragile spell of this moment. It's an interesting book, don't you think? If I may observe, you seem deeply captivated by it. His voice is barely a whisper. When I look up, I find him avoiding eye contact, hiding his nervousness behind a small, uncertain smile. It truly makes me happy to be able to share this moment like this with you. It's not a luxury I often allow myself, but by your side, the world feels at peace. His words leave a trail of warmth in the air. Oh shoot. I didn't mean to press skip. Okay, just go back. Just go back a bit. Whoops. Without real, I don't. It's not a luxury I often allow myself, but by your side, the world feels at peace. His words leave a trail of warmth in the air. The weight of the night and the enveloping silence begin to affect my senses. I try to resume reading, but the time seems to stretch, dense and drowsy. The silence is no longer an emptiness. It has become a soft blanket inviting me to close my eyes. I'm really tired, but this warmth, I don't want to move away from it just yet. It's a comforting sensation, as if this is exactly where I'm meant to be. Without realizing it, my resistance gives away. My eyelids fall heavy, and my head instinctively seeks something to lean against. Finally, tiredness wins, and I find myself leaning against something warm, firm, and wonderfully comfortable. Comfortable? I feel Pure Vanilla freeze. It's as if he stopped breathing so as not to disturb the moment, as if any movement could break the spell of this closeness. But soon his breathing returns, becoming slow, rhythmic. I can't speak. and extremely protective, guarding every exhalation. So, I don't know how to say that, claims me completely. I drift off to sleep on Pure Vanilla's shoulder, remembering only the vague sweet sensation of being held with infinite. I'm not saying that. Everything is blurry, but for some reason it feels like the safest place in the world. I could briefly feel his hand stroking my hair as if he wanted to make sure that I was okay, that nothing was wrong. He was gentle with me, but then I feel him lift me off the ground. He was carrying me. What a comfortable feeling. What a comforting feeling. I felt soft sheets and a blanket wrapping me up gently. Day 2. Yay. Sunlight trickled through the window as I slowly opened my eyes, still a little sleepy and wasn't quite sure where I was. Oh my god, it's been an hour. It's been an hour and 1 minute. Oh well. Still a little sleepy and wasn't quite sure where I was. Huh? I was in my bedroom, everything in its place, as if nothing had changed. Slowly, I sat up, trying to remember how I'd gotten there, but my mind was still a bit foggy. Last thing I remember is the library, the silence, me sitting next to him. He brought me here. He brought me here. Just thinking about it made my cheeks flush slightly, forcing me to look away for a second. I shouldn't overthink it. There's no point in worrying too much about it. I got out of bed and walked over to the door with that nagging feeling in my chest that refused to go away. I left my dorm to find the hallway completely silent and the castle was quiet too, without a sign of anyone around, as if everyone had started the day a while ago. I guess everyone's busy already, or maybe I'm the last one to leave. I wandered aimlessly, letting my footsteps guide me while I tried clearing my mind after everything that had happened. Without realizing it, I ended up in the kingdom's field, where the wind caressed my skin and rustled the grass under the sun. It's so peaceful, no sound, no pressure, just time to think. I took a deep breath, letting the peace slowly envelop me, as if it was enough for now. Maybe I should stay here for a while. There's no rush in going back to the castle. In the distance, I could see Pure Vanilla walking towards me with a smile on his face, as if he had been waiting for me. Did you sleep well, Cat? Wrong voice. Did you sleep well, Cat? Yeah, thanks to you, I feel way better now that I've slept. I'm glad to hear that. Sometimes it's important to take a moment to take care of yourself, even if it means sleeping until noon. Oh, I keep on accidentally pressing skip. Ugh. Why do I keep on doing this? I suck at this. Did you sleep well? Yeah, okay, just giving that. Huh? Well, I'm not sure what time it is, but I don't think it's that much time had passed, although maybe it has for him. If you want to, we could stay here for a while and enjoy the weather. We don't have to do anything in particular. Sounds perfect. We stayed like that for a while longer, simply enjoying the movement while a breeze gently caressed their skin. The field stretched out before us, covered with soft grass that rippled gently in the breeze. Some sheep quietly rested while others wandered about, each doing its own thing. For a moment, we simply walked side by side, allowing the silence to speak for itself. It's a peaceful place. I love coming here when I need to clear my mind. It feels really soothing. Thank you for bringing me here. I'm glad you feel that way. I wanted to share this place with you. His words were gentle, but they managed to make my heart feel a little lighter. One of the sheep approached slowly, watching us curiously. You can touch it if you want. They're very docile. I hesitated for a moment, looking down at the little sheep that was now close enough. It really won't be scared? No, as long as you're gentle with it, it'll be fine. Carefully, I reached out, gently brushing against her wool. It was warm and surprisingly comforting. It feels good. When I look up, I found Piovanilla's eyes watching me with a faint smile. You did very well. I didn't know exactly why, but those simple words made me avert my gaze with a small smile. We stayed there a moment longer, surrounded by the tranquility of the field, and close to stand needed no words. The wind blew gently, but something in the atmosphere suddenly shifted, as if an outside presence had burst in without warning. A voice broke the silence with a calmness that didn't match what was in the air. Wow, what a peaceful scene. It almost seems like a moment that shouldn't be interrupted. I turned quickly towards the voice, feeling the calm moment ago disappear completely. Shadow Milk? Is that really you? Piovanilla's voice changed completely. It was no longer calm or soft. Now there was surprise and something harder to ignore. I thought, never mind, that's not relevant right now. For a second, his gaze hesitated, but then he took a step forward, placing himself slightly in front of me, without taking his eyes off him. Cat, please stay away from him. It's dangerous. What a cold welcome after so long. I was expecting something a little warmer. This is Shadow Milk, no doubt about it. But his presence feels different from what I imagined. Although, I must admit, I didn't expect you to find this so calm. And with company. You shouldn't be here. Oh? Now I understand. So this is what managed to distract you enough to not notice my presence. It's none of your business. You have no right to get involved. On the contrary, it's the only interesting thing here right now, and you know I can't ignore something like this. I won't allow anyone else to get hurt, especially someone who trusted me. She's always so protective, always trying to save everyone without exception. Although this time it feels different. Tell me, what's so special about her that makes you react like this? Leave. Are you happy? That's interesting. You don't usually react this quickly. Don't come any closer, Shadow Milk. Hey, calm down. I didn't come here to fight. At least, not yet. It would be boring to do it so soon. His eyes never left me, as if analyzing my every possible reaction. Tell me, do you really want to stay on his side following someone so predictable? What exactly does he mean? Always so proper, so serious.
so attached to what he believes is right. It must be exhausting living like that all the time. Don't say one more word. See, he won't even let you decide for yourself, always intervening before you can think. He's trying to manipulate you. Don't listen to anything he says. Manipulate? I'm just being honest.
I'm just being honest. Something not everyone can say so easily.
Shh. Quiet.
Oh, come on. Losing your composure this quickly isn't like you. I expected a little more self-control.
You have no right to speak about things you don't understand.
Let's recall everything, shall we? A disastrous world, decisions made out of fear, broken promises. Do you want me to go on?
Shadow Milk. Don't you dare. And how could I forget the great war against dark and enchantress? All those cookies trusting you and following your light like moths. Yet light always casts shadows, doesn't it? Especially when someone so close to you simply crumbles. What was her name again? Ah, yes. What? Stop! Is Pure Vanilla yelling? I've never seen him lose control like this. Don't ever mention that name again.
Why are you so mad? Does it hurt to remember her, or does it hurt to admit in front of your new friend that you failed the one you cared about most?
I didn't fail anyone.
Really? Because from where I'm standing, it seems like your specialty is always arriving a couple of seconds late. And the funniest thing is you keep repeating the cycle.
Protecting, promising, acting like this time will be different. Are you going to try and save me now as well? I'm not going to let you.
Stop! That's enough! Both of you! This is ridiculous. Neither of you are listening to each other. You two are acting like children, destroying everything. The children.
I'm sorry. You shouldn't have to see the side of me, Cat. Forgive me.
I'd say it was educational. It's important to get to know heroes when your mask slips, don't you think?
No, this isn't getting to know each other. This is simply hurting each other to feel better about yourself.
And you, what do you propose? Words of peace, a cheesy speech, and a hug? Not my style, sweetheart.
Tell Shadow Milk to go away. Get lost. You have no business here.
Huh? Are you kicking me out? How adorable. You heard her. Who do you think you are to tell me what to do? Enjoy your little fairy tale while you can.
Yeah, go away, Shadow Milk. You suck. Why am I like this? He's gone, at least for now.
Pure Vanilla let out a long sigh. Relaxing his shoulders as he turned to look at me with concern and relief. Don't let his words scare you. Here, with me, you're safe.
We should get back to the castle. It's not safe to stay here any longer, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you. We stepped into a vast, solemn chamber. The silence here feels sacred, broken by only by the light pouring through an enormous stained glass window, transferring the floor into thousands of soft colors. This place radiates such peace. It's beautiful. I drifted closer, pulled in by the central figure that domesticated the colored glass. That girl, she looks so sincere, almost like an angel. I tilted my head, trying to decipher the story behind those glassy eyes. Who is she, pure vanilla? The air in the room seemed to thicken after my question. It wasn't a sudden shift, but the warmth surrounding pure vanilla dimmed into a tangible methanol. I can't say it. She is White Lily Cookie. My dearest friend from when we were barely more than children. His voice dropped, weighed down by years that had never grown any lighter. She carried an endless curiosity, an unshakable strength, even when she herself doubted her own worth. During the Great War against dark intentions, she made a choice. She sacrificed herself for all of us. Fought with every ounce of courage she had, right to the end, right till the very end. Because of her, we were able to claim victory. That victory was also the single darkest day of my entire life. The day I lost her forever. Guys, I'm eating while I'm recording this. And the day I lost her forever. My breath caught in my throat. I didn't know what to say. The raw honesty in his voice made my chest tighten. There wasn't a trace of forced drama, only a genuine hollow ache. This memorial, I built it so the world would never forget who she was, nor the immeasurable gift she left behind for all of us. I turned my gaze back to the stained glass. I wasn't just looking at a beautiful image anymore. I was staring at the memory of a loss. She must have been someone truly extraordinary to leave a mark this deep on you. She was. A comfortable silence settled over us. It wasn't an absence of words, it was a shared moment of reference to someone who was no longer there. Forgive me. I'm afraid I let myself get carried away by the past. We ought to change our surroundings. He blinked, then looked up with a brave smile, visibly fighting to keep the sadness from swallowing the afternoon whole. It's the sweet blueberry season. They're growing in abundance all throughout the kingdom's gardens. Would you like to come pick some with me? They say fresh air can help bend heavy thoughts. Blueberries? That sounds like a wonderful idea.
I think a little distraction would do both of us some good right now. Then let's follow the trail of that sweet scent. We walked around the castle grounds looking for those small bushes laden with ripe blueberries. Pure Vanilla walked a little closer to me than usual. Sometimes our hands almost touched as we parted the leaves, and in those moments the whole world seemed to fall silent. Look at these. They're the perfect colour. If the blue is so intense it seems to glow, it means they're at their sweetest. I like how the outlining on the blueberries in Pure Vanilla's hand is like light, but the outline on my one is the same color as my hand outline. His voice, always so calm and deep, drew my attention to every detail. Not just the fruit, but the way he handled them with such tenderness, as if each berry were a treasure. Then these will do too, won't they? They had that same glow. Yes, those are perfect. You have a wonderful instinct for finding the hidden sweetness in this garden and beyond. I leaned a little closer to reach the branch, feeling his presence right beside me. The air seemed to grow warmer, denser, and somehow I didn't want to move away. Gradually, time itself seemed to grow lighter. The worries didn't disappear, but next to him they seemed to fade enough for me to breathe in peace. I felt something between us changing, becoming deeper than simple gratitude. Picking blueberries with Pure Vanilla felt like a small escape from my troubles. We had become so distracted together that we filled an entire basket with blueberries without even noticing how much time had passed. Satisfied, we made our way back to the castle, our hands stained blue and our hearts a little lighter. After returning with the baskets full, a small idea began to shape in my head, something simple but special. Maybe I could do something with these, but I don't want to do it alone. I looked at Pure Vanilla with a faint smile, hesitating for a moment before speaking. Hey, do you know where the kitchen is? Yes, it's at the end of this hall on the right. It's quite a cozy place. If it's alright with you, I'd love to join you and cook together. His suggestion was gentle, almost casual, but it was enough to make my expression change slightly, and I nodded eagerly. I'd really like that. And so we started walking down the hall together, side by side, in a silence that felt comforting. The kitchen was spacious and warm, lit by a soft light that made everything feel homey and safe. I placed the blueberries on the table, taking in the place for a moment before returning my gaze back to him. I have a recipe that might work for this occasion. I watched him approach one of the shelves, taking out a carefully folded and slightly worn sheet of paper. It's something simple, an old secret of mine, but I think it will be wonderful with the blueberries you picked. I moved a little closer to read it, getting so close to him that I could smell the vanilla and sugar scent that always surrounds him. It looks delicious. Let's make it then. We began to follow the steps together, measuring flour and carefully mixing the dough. Sometimes our hands brushed when we passed utensils, tiny sparks that made the atmosphere in the kitchen feel different, more intimate. Oh my god, look at him. Who can say he isn't adorable? You're doing very well. You have a delicate touch when it comes to baking. I gave him a small smile, feeling a warmth in my cheeks that was hard to ignore. I think it's so much easier when someone helps you like this. Time flew by in soft laughter and moments of silence that didn't need to be filled with words. It was a quiet peace if we were in our own bubble, as if we were in our own bubble. Carefully, we placed the cake in the oven, our hands meeting for a moment as we made sure that it was properly closed. Done. Now we just have to wait for it to bake. When we finally put the cake in the oven, we stood nearby, waiting together as the heat did its work. And somehow that simple act of waiting felt more special than I could have ever imagined. The sweet, fruity aroma began to fill every corner of the kitchen, enveloping us in an almost magical warmth. When it was finally ready, we took it out and began decorating it together. We used whipped cream and some sugar roses to give it a special touch, and every time our hands brushed against each other as we passed the ingredients, I felt my heart race a little faster. The cake looked amazing. The sugar roses matched the soft blue of the blueberries perfectly. I carefully cut a small piece, holding the plate with a slight nervousness that made my hands tremble a little. Here, you try it. You're the expert. Here, you're the expert. Try it first. Thank you. It's incredible. I watched him closely as he tasted the cake, holding my breath, awaiting his reaction. It's delicious. Really, Kat, we make a wonderful team. I couldn't help but smile from ear to ear, feeling that simple phrase made all the effort worthwhile. We shared the cake as moonlight began to peek through the window. The atmosphere was serene, but there was something calming in the air that made my pulse quicken every time he looked at me. I think I really am in love with him. How could I not be after today? Or am I just imagining things? Am I really in love with pure vanilla? Definitely. The sweet aroma of blueberries we picked this afternoon is all that fills the air. I watched Pure Vanilla quietly eating with that calm that always surrounds him, but my chest feels strangely tight. I feel like if I don't say it right now, the moment will be lost in the steam of the kitchen. Pure Vanilla, hey. He stops for a second, his fork covering in the air like it too, waiting to hear what I'll say. Ah! He looks at me curiously with that endless patience that disarms me. Being with you today, walking amongst the blueberry bushes, it felt different from everything else. I like spending time with you, Pure Vanilla. Much more than I've ever dared to admit. But being by your side makes me feel like at last everything will be alright. The silence that follows is thick, but it isn't cold. It is as if time had frozen between us. What I mean is, I think I'm falling in love with you. Oh my god, Kat, you could have said it in a different way. I feel something for you, Vanilla, something beyond friendship. I can't keep pretending I don't.
Que tú sientes eso
I swear
por
to
mí.
God, I turned. That you feel that way about me. I turned off the voices. What the hell? I turned off the voices. One sec. I'm gonna.
Cielos, casi dejo que tú
Okay.
sientes eso.
Okay. So where's the menu?
Casi
Where's
dejo
the menu?
caer la
Save.
harina.
There we go. Back.
Me has tomado.
Turn off auto. Go back. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to the menu. Gonna go back to main menu. And then I'm gonna go. I swear to God, there we go. Just yeah. And then load. And we go. Okay. That you feel that way about me? Good heavens! I almost dropped the plate. You've completely taken me by surprise. His hands tremble just a little as he sets the cake down on the wooden table. I see his cheeks begin to flush bright yellow, contrasting the white with the whiteness of the flour on his apron. Please don't look at me like that. You're going to make me feel warmer than the oven ever could. Although, to be honest, my heart is beating much faster than yours right now. How do you know that? You make me so happy. You have no idea how long I've carried these feelings inside, waiting for the right moment to tell you. He takes a step towards me, closing the distance between us. Oh my God, he's the top, and he always will be. The warmth radiating from him is more comforting than any fireplace. I can feel his hands on my waist, gently pushing me towards the cake we just baked. Wait, the cake. I don't want to ruin it. Forget the cake for a moment. Hearing you say those words is sweeter than anything we've made today. Oh, yep, he's a top, and I'm glad. Yuvinil lunged towards me, dropping his hat to the ground carelessly. He takes my hands with an almost unreal gentleness, as if afraid I might vanish if he squeezed too hard. I promise to take care of us with the same care I take care of my kingdom, or rather with all the care, with all the care you deserve. I'm just not saying that word. Thank you for choosing me, darling. There's nowhere else in the world I'd rather be rather than by your side. My eyes fill with tears at the intensity of his confession. There are no noises, no chills, no shadows, just his warm breath mingling with mine. Yes. I lean towards him, letting instinct guide my movements. Oh, yep, Sloppy me cat sash. When his lips finally brushed against mine, the kiss tastes of vanilla and a silent promise we were both desperate to seal. It's a slow, deep touch that seems to stop my heartbeat for a second before doubling it. When we separated, his eyes shone with a light I've never seen before. I feel a little giddy, but I'm the luckiest cookie in the world. You're my light, my joy, my everything, and I can't wait to build a future together. I can't help but smile with tears in my eyes, feeling like that every word that comes out of mouth is a gift I'll treasure forever. In that moment, I knew there was nothing in the world that could tear us apart, not even time. After a while, the clock struck 10 p.m. without us realizing how late it was. We should go get some rest. It's gotten very late. Although my heart doesn't want this moment to ever end. You're right, but tomorrow we'll wake up and be together again. We walk down the hallways in sacred silence, as if speaking too loudly might break the spell of what just happened. Good night, cat. Have sweet dreams. Good night, Pure Vanilla. I watched him walk away to his room, still feeling the tingle of his hand against mine. As I close my bedroom door and sink onto my bed, even the ceiling seems brighter. The harvest, the scent of blueberries, the warmth of the kitchen, it all fades beside the echo of his voice calling me darling. Today was the beginning of my real life. I closed my eyes, enveloped in his hand, knowing that tomorrow the sun will rise for us both. Tomorrow is another day. And there it is. That's the end of Pure Vanilla's route. Join me tomorrow maybe to do Shadow Milk Cookies route. Yes, I am doing Shadow Milk Cookies route tomorrow. So yeah, bye. It has been an hour and 36 minutes, but I am glad I was able to do this, and I'm happy I've recorded this. So bye, I'll see you tomorrow.